The cops are currently, remember, quizzing Sheezan. From the last 3 hours, the Walif police have been interrogating her former boyfriend, recording his statement. And right now, from the last 20 minutes, the police is also recording the statement of Tunisha's friends. His name is Parth. He's a TV actor. He has been recording his statement as well. In fact, one of them is Tunisha's co-actor Parth. So let me go across to Ankit, who's joining us live regarding all the updates which are coming in on the case. There's also Shivani joining us from outside Tunisha's residence. But Ankit, I'm going to come to you first. The inside track of the details. I believe the police have decided not to take any chances. Each and every interrogation is now being recorded on camera, as was the scene of the crime as well, scene of the death as well, rather. And I believe there are reports which are coming in that Sheezan had broken down during the interrogation. What details do you have from his questioning?
Yes, that's absolutely right. Currently, I'm standing near Walif police station. As you can see, this is the investigation room, and here the friend who is Tunisha's friend, where the Parth is recording the statement. As you can see, in this room, they are recording the statement. 2 police officers are there, and apart from that, from last 25 minutes, Parth is inside recording the statement. But apart from that, from last 3 hours, Walif police, the investigation officer, everyone is recording and interrogating Sheezan in this room, that room. So right now, everybody is, whoever is involved in this case, whoever knows anything about the relationship, about Tunisha, about Sheezan, about whoever they are contacted, whoever they are good friend, Walif police station is calling them and recording the statement. But apart from that, I would like to tell you one more important part in this case about the video recording. Right now, from yesterday, as we all know, he's recording the statement. First, he was talking about the age, then he was talking about the religion differences, then he was talking about the family. Both the family were not ready in this relationship. So all the 4 to 5 statements are different. Completely, there's a difference in the statement. So because of that, Walif police has declared that we are going to record all the statements of Sheezan, and apart from that, they are going to record the on the spot when the Tunisha hanged herself. So right now, from last 3 years, the investigation is going on in Walif police station, and it will continue. But right now, as we all know, in Mira Road, the funeral is also there of Tunisha. But
in fact, let me go across to Shivani, where the funeral preparations are currently underway. Shivani, what's happening there?
Well, yes, of course, here, as we can see, the Pujari has arrived here. In a short while, they say that the last rituals will begin. And as you see, the family members, the relatives of Tunisha have already gathered here. And in this particular last rite ambulance, the mortal remains of Tunisha will be brought in by her family. In fact, her closest friend from the industry, Dillon, who is also an actor, has arrived here and is taking care of all the preparations. And in fact, to remember, it was Dillon with whom Tunisha was very close to and had almost spent her COVID pandemic lockdown with him, citing him as the closest friend from the industry. And as we are giving to understand that they were all waiting for Pujari to arrive, and so that mortal remains can be brought in here, and then the last rites will begin at 3 o'clock. Not only the family members or the relatives and the people from the industry have started gathering here, but also the people from society have gathered. Most of them we tried to speak in. Those still don't want to come on the cameras, but they said that it was Tunisha was very careful, very sensitive, and never was an arrogant actress. Rather, she was someone who wanted to do even bigger projects, wanted to get higher pitch in her country, in her industry, in her field. And that is why we understand that given the ambulance has arrived, Pujaris have arrived, there are few more relatives. Those are awaited to come here. After their arrival, the last rite, the funeral rites will begin in a short while.
Well, let me go across to Ankit. Ankit, you were telling us about the questioning of Tunisha's friend. Even as we speak, Parth Zuchi, I believe, is being interrogated. Sir, what's any details coming out from there?
हो जाएगा काम सबका यहाँ पे एक के बाद एक.
Ankit, that question is for you. Well, we'll try and reconnect with Ankit. Shivani, if I can come back to you, this is coming at an unfortunate time for the family members because the mother of Shivani, the mother of Tunisha has come out on records, has blamed Sheezan for the death of her child. Any word that you've picked up, have they been able to reconcile themselves with this loss?
Well, if you talk about Tunisha's mother's health, first of all, then last night from JJ Hospital of Mumbai, when her mortal remains were brought to the Mira Bhayandar area in a mortuary, at that time also Tunisha's mother, Tunisha Sharma, went to that mortuary, and after that her health has been extremely low. In fact, the BP went on 250 numbers and she is not in her senses, and in fact the family consulted the doctor as well, clearly understanding the fact that she is yet not able to understand that what exactly has happened to her only daughter. Let's take a look at Tunisha's family as well, that Tunisha's upbringing was done by a single mother. She was the only child in the family, and that is why the relationship between mother and daughter was extremely close, and that is why whatever used to happen with Tunisha was always in the senses with her mother as well, and that is why Tunisha's mother on record has said clearly that it is Sheezan who is solely responsible for whatever has happened with Tunisha and her family. In fact, she also mentioned very clearly that it was Sheezan who was in another relationship but was had involved Tunisha in his life and used her for over months and then broke up with her, which led a depression and stress in Tunisha's life. Or equally, Sheezan had given a statement before the Walif police cops as well, saying that Tunisha had also tried to commit suicide earlier as well, but it was Sheezan who rescued her. Let us also tell our viewers that what exactly happened at around 3:15 p.m. when the death of Tunisha took place by committing suicide. At that particular time, they had conducted an entire scene before the break, and after the break they came for the lunch, and when after the lunch Tunisha's scene was ready, the lighting, the setup, the production was all set to record another shot of her. At that time Tunisha was called by assistant director. She was not there in her room. Then Sheezan's room was being checked because they had lunch over there itself. Then AD again called Tunisha. She didn't answer the call, neither she gave any answer back to them, and at that particular time an announcement was made on the sets of Alibaba serial of Sub TV that Sheezan, please come to your room and tell Tunisha to join the shoot. At that particular time it was Sheezan who opened the door along with the assistant director, who saw Tunisha hanging herself. And not only that, but the particular equipment that Sheezan used to use for his jibbing exercises, that was the same equipment that was used by Tunisha to hang herself. And that is why this entire matter has become extremely sensitive for her family. In fact, Tunisha's family was slated at around 1 p.m. to go to the mortuary nearby her house in Bhayandar area and then start the last rites. But her mother's health is still not fine and she's not in a conscious position to conduct all of those last rites. But yes, of course, as of now, they were all awaiting the pujaris. Those have also come in, and now the family says that they will start with the other proceedings, whereas few of the relatives are awaited to come. And of course, around 4 o'clock, we'll see the last rites taking place here in Mira Road area.
Around 4 p.m. is when we expect the funeral to be held for Tunisha. Do stay on with us. In fact, as even Ankit was